I have some more exploitation-free content to share. By exploitation-free, I mean channels that are respectful toward the animals and film from a distance. Many, if not all, of the monkeys I will be showing today are tamed monkeys that are accessible to the public in various countries or locations. Because these monkeys are easily accessible to the public in these areas, we must be mindful of how the animals are treated while they are being filmed. In part 1, I explained that these are clips I came across while making the video about weaning. Some of them were unrelated to weaning but caught my interest. I like how this juvenile insists on using their troop member as a pillow. I also like seeing these natural behaviors. This clip looks like a monkey train. The troops in Cambodia at Angkor Wat National Park, such as these macaques, have a hard time getting undisturbed rest and must remain vigilant. Typically, they would huddle up in a tree, but most of their day is spent on the ground moving around, foraging, and socializing. The more monkeys that gather as a group, the better protection they have, whether it's from other troop members, predators, or the people filming them. Bonded members will defend one another and warn others of danger. About 35% of their day is spent napping. 30% of their day is spent foraging or feeding an infant. 15% of the day is spent moving around. About 10% is spent grooming, and only around 5% of the day is spent being vigilant. The amount of time spent on vigilance can vary by rank, age, or whether a female is nursing an infant. Males are responsible for maintaining vigilance and often spend more time doing so in order to protect the troop. Females, like the ones shown here, will also look out for one another. Making these bonds in their troop is essential to their survival. Familial bonds are the most common type of bond. For macaques, females stay with their troop lifelong. The whole female generational lineage and any of their offspring are their closest allies within their troop. I decided to put this next clip in because I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe for a split second she thought that was her baby? I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. What do you think? They are making an agreement to keep peaceful with one another by lip smacking. Macaques have the same vocal cord structure as humans, but they lack the brain function to speak. Instead, they communicate with postures, sounds, and facial expressions. In this clip, there doesn't appear to be anyone or anything purposely disturbing them. But a mom with a newborn must remain vigilant even while grooming. Watch how these macaques gather for their midday nap. It's a good example of familial bonds, and it's absolutely adorable. This is Tara. Her weaning tactics can be quite humorous. She's an alpha female, so sometimes she can be rough, but as she ages, I've noticed she has become more tame. She's found creative and expert ways to prohibit her infant from latching. Both mother and infant benefit from dietary weaning, even if it looks unpleasant. These nips or bites help females to tell their infant no. Similar to infant and toddler humans, communication skills are developmental. For the first year of a macaque's life, their communication is structured mainly by using sounds, and then later within that first year, they will be using basic facial expressions like lip smacking. As you can see, Tara's infant is wet. She just gave birth and she is already dietary weaning. This is why when we observe macaques dietary weaning like this, we must consider the mother's rank. If they were truly wild and not socialized or accessible to humans, which gives added danger, her infant would be the most protected infant in the troop and therefore wouldn't need to be latched onto their mother like lower-ranking females. Alpha females will start dietary weaning on day 1, and this is normal. This is one of her infants at an older age, around 3 to 4 months old. Alpha females tend to encourage their infants to become independent earlier than other mothers in the troop. This infant is experimenting with tasting new things. However, Tara is taking their food, and although she is a chunky monkey, this behavior isn't about greed. When humans give food to infants out of turn, this kind of response is very common, especially from an alpha female. She's demonstrating her higher rank and reinforcing that she eats first. Feeding macaques out of turn, along with many other issues it creates, is why unauthorized people should never feed these animals. These bites and nips help teach the infant pain tolerance. Alpha and high-ranking females, and later their offspring, become the soldiers of the troop and serve on the front lines when defending their territory. Building pain tolerance helps them fend off intruders and predators more effectively. To us humans, it may look cruel or mean, but everything involved in the nursing and weaning process is intentional and tied to their survival. At this age, an infant still relies heavily on milk, but during dietary weaning the mother will take time to groom her infant. This gives her a break, and it provides the infant with the security and reassurance they need, helping to reduce stress. Tara does this arm block to prevent her infant from latching. This is one of her expert moves. Tara also does this twitch-like move to prevent her infant from latching. I find it a little funny. A lot of the time this tactic works for her. Each macaque mother will have their own tactics or similar tactics. Here are more clips of infants who have started to understand the concept of trying new foods and not rely entirely on mom's milk. This infant here, I believe, may have just their front teeth in. For now, they're only tasting the foods around them. They're doing a good job. They didn't seem to enjoy that green fruit, though. Again, I don't condone feeding these animals, but I found some interesting clips of macaques eating. Look at how effortlessly they can peel and remove seeds from their fruit using only their mouths. and without their hands. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching.